Hello, it's George at DJ Band Supply. We are going to do a quick little unboxing video of the Epsilon DJT-1300 turntable. They come in black, white, silver. It's a great turntable. Just thought you'd want to see what it looks like. I got Dave Thompson from Marshank Sales helping me. We're going to go through the turntable, see what we think. Thanks. Hello, it's George at DJ Band Supply, and we are here checking out the new Epsilon DJT-1300 turntable. We're going to unbox it, make everything look cool. I got Dave Thompson, Marshank Sales, with us here today, and he's going to make sure that we get this turntable just perfect. So we're going to cut it open. I'm going to let Dave cut it open.
No, I think you should do it, buddy.
Okay. Got good tape on the box. Well packed.
Looks like we've got a little slip mat on top. It's nice that they include that slip mat, and it's mounted on a piece of cardboard here too to keep it flat. Nice
Got a
platter.
Let you feeling that?
Got some girth to it, that's for sure. It's always a good sign. This is usually the magnet structure here, so the weight of this often determines how strong that magnet is.
It's a USB turntable, so be able to plug it straight into a computer. It's got instructions, CD, different cables, power cable.
And tell us why it's cool to have USB on the turntable.
And you can plug it straight into your computer. It's got software with it. I am assuming that you can just record your records, and all you guys that have been saving stuff, and it's like, I gotta put them on my computer eventually. This seems like it would be a great turntable for it.
And we're going to leave this box kind of nicely packed for the customer that ends up buying it, because we want to make sure that everything stays in the box. So some of the cables that it comes with aren't going to come out, but you'll see them attached to the styrofoam here. You want to help me lift this out, make sure I don't break anything? We know a lot of you guys like to shop online, and with Christmas coming, we want to make sure this stuff arrives safe and sound. Wow, that really does look nice.
Sensor.
You guys see the power cable here?
Yeah, well, you've got 5 buttons. You have this is a cool turntable because it's doing speeds of 33, 45, and 78. If you're playing a really old record that needed 78, we have that available to you. You've got the RCA jack for a monitor light, and then here you can reverse the turntable, and you can the pitch right here is plus or minus 10%, 20, and 50, so you can adjust the ratio of this pitch, and then looks like you got a quartz lock. Okay, so we just needed a second to get a lot of this stuff out. You didn't need to see the box. You didn't need to see that come apart. It was packed well. We were really happy with what it is. We've got a warranty card, good directions, tells us all about it. You can see it's packed with foam packaging, and right here we've got a counterweight, the head shell, the target light is all here. A really cool head shell, in that this is we got a razor blade. So nice silver head shell, very cool.
We're going to show you how to assemble all this stuff later, including how to attach a needle to a head shell.
Mm-hmm. We'll also be you can find this on djbandsupply.com, but you're gonna find a couple bundles of a couple turntables with like
Ray DJ mixers,
orthophone needles, because they have the head shells and they're super pro needles all combined. Concord tile stuff. It's going to give you a bunch of options, and you can always pick and choose all the individual pieces you want.
Call us if you want a custom package. We'll make it work.
We're showing the platter.
Oh yeah. Really solid platter, like we were saying earlier. Good magnet structure here, and pretty easy to assemble this kind of thing. Just throw it over that center spindle there. Make sure it's pushed down all the way, and then it spins freely. Now you're ready to throw on your included slip mat. So if we were assembling this at home, we'd go ahead and throw this on there, and that would always be underneath our piece of vinyl that we're working with, whether it's a control vinyl for Serato or Tractor, or if you're just playing a real piece of vinyl. So now George is going to take out a few of the accessories and show us how to attach them.
Real quick before that, I don't think we mentioned this yet, but this is a direct drive turntable. Probably a lot of you looking at this go, we know it's a direct drive turntable. Some of you may not.
Yeah, that's a good point,
Critical
George.
piece of information. It's like, is that a belt drive or a direct drive? This is direct drive.
And that's kind of what I was trying to point out to you guys earlier, is that this magnet structure here fits right over the stator here, and that's why it's a direct drive turntable. Is that there's no belt coming from the motor to the spindle over here. The motor and the spindle are all one piece. And the importance for that for DJs is that it's extremely durable, and also it's high torque. So that when you're spinning and scratching and doing all that crazy stuff, moving the platter around back and forth, the record catches up very quickly and back to its original tempo.
Also has a 45 adapter, which didn't realize there. I should have. There's a spot for it, but it's an solid aluminum piece. Great piece. So it would go right here. Then your target light is a very simple RCA connection, and it just plugs right in. That's simple. Boom.
Now, I know we mentioned this before, but this turntable really has a good amount of weight to it. And although I'm not a big fan of carrying around a lot of weight, it's really important that your turntables are heavy, because when you set them up on stage, which often happens to be right on top of the subwoofers, you don't want them to vibrate and cause a whole bunch of feedback.
So
this table is pretty heavy.
Oh yeah, so spin it around to the. Well, actually, we're going to talk about the front real quick.
Okay.
I think I pretty much went over it, but you got a good feel for the buttons. The quartz lock, talked about that. There's no indent on the pitch control. So your quartz lock, if it's on, you're locked at 0. When it's off, your pitch control becomes active and your pitch selects become active. And then, if you desire to spin your records backwards, it's just a button and boom, it's doing it. There's a reason you want high quality needles. Spin records backwards on inexpensive needles, they're gonna break. How many needles have you broke, Dave, with that smile?
There was a time where I broke every needle in my family's collection.
Okay. Let's take a look at the back real quick.
Yeah, let's spin around and take a look at the inputs on the back. Yeah, go ahead and zoom in if you can.
So we are looking at the back, and right here you can see we have RCA plugs. So the thing that's cool about having RCA jacks on the turntable is that if you used a lot of turntables, especially the 1200s, every once in a while the wires would break and you'd be like, ugh, I've got, it's cutting on and off or popping, cracking, and it's because you had a bad cable. This is simple. You just get another set of cables, plug them in, you're good to go. Next to it you have a phono line switch, so you can be phono or line, which gives you the capability of plugging into something that doesn't have a phono preamp. Then we have our AC jack, so you standard AC cable plugs in there, and then you have your power on and off. And all this is really recessed, which makes it a lot safer. The surprise accidents are always the worst. It's really recessed, makes it great. stops things from going wrong. Prying hands just keeps them away. You can only hope for the best.
And we actually stock several versions of the RCA cables. If you're a Monster cable fan, for example, or maybe Mogami or some of the higher end cables out there, we do have a few aftermarket brands we can hook you up with. And we actually stock the AC power cables too, so when you lose it or your cat chews it or whatever happens, you can come and grab a power cable from us and you're off and rocking again. You know what else I noticed that doesn't seem to be on here, George, like my techniques at home, is that there doesn't seem to be a grounding cable. How come there's no ground?
Obviously, it doesn't need it. A lot of guys do the internal grounding, and I would imagine this has to be internally grounded. Otherwise, you definitely have a problem, but that's going to be the answer to that one. The other thing we didn't talk about is this has 2 start-stop switches. So if you're doing battle style, you can use left or right. So depending what side your turntable's on, you have access to the button. And then if you're mixing,
Traditional style.
traditional style, you have so you have dual buttons, which is really cool.
Now you don't have to reach across the tone arm when you're in battle style to hit the start stop button. Makes things a lot easier.
Cool. Well,
Now we're gonna move on to a little bit more technical stuff and talk about how to set this up properly so that we don't damage our needles like we were talking about earlier, and also make our records last longer and increase the turntable's ability to track, so that when we are attempting to scratch, the needle doesn't jump around. That's one of the most difficult things to learn as a turntable, is keeping the needle on the record. And we're going to show you how to set this guy up properly, no matter what needle you have, no matter what kind of music you play, and make sure that your needle is set up absolutely correct every single time. We'll make it easy for you.
These accidents are always the worst. So, just want to thank you for watching the video here of us unpacking and showing you all about the Epsilon DJT-1300 USB. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We have financing available in our store here in Los Angeles. So if you come on in, we'll get you financed. You can walk out the door with the turntables. They're silver, white, and black. And we usually have them all in stock. So just there we go. Thank you very much. Boom. Thank you for watching our video on the Epsilon turntable. It's a great turntable. We have it in stock. Like I said, it comes in black, silver, and white. What can I say? It's direct drive, pulls hard. You're gonna love this piece, and it's in stock. You can come in and buy it in our store. You can buy it at djbandsupply.com. We ship all over the continental United States. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel you're watching, follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.